This is the 2027 Mercedes GLB, and this one you can get as a combustion version or full hybrid, which is this one, or you can get it as an electric version. So let me know which is your preference in the comment section down below. But talking about the differences and which one should you go for, this one is really intriguing and very interesting to talk about, certainly. And I would say mainly because this one really looks the same as a full hybrid or the electric one, where there is no plug-in hybrid. This full hybrid can actually go with engine turned off much longer than mild hybrid, because this one has a larger battery and also EDCT, so electric virtual DCT. And the whole point of this is actually that the car can sail or coast with engine turned off much longer than the mild hybrid. And we'll go for a drive, and speaking about this, it is actually true. This can go with the engine turned off much longer than the mild hybrid. So from the front, what actually is different with the electric is the grille. So this grille of course hides the engine, so it needs to have a pass-through design. So you can see the radiator grille, and behind it you can see that there is actually the combustion engine. And yeah, otherwise it's pretty much the same as the electric one, with these new daylight running lights, these star-shaped running lights, and also we have the digital light much better than on the previous GLB. And the whole vehicle is much more improved actually than the predecessor. In this configuration, this car looks absolutely stunning. So this is the Space Black Magno, and yeah, it looks really like a high-end, more not your, we can say, compact level Mercedes, but this sort of mid-size almost. Even with the dimensions, this is pretty close to the GLC. And yeah, it's also, this one can also be a 7-seater, so really practical vehicle, and looks absolutely stunning. This is also the AMG line, and we have the 20-inch wheels in gloss and black. So looking at this from the side, really this boxy shape is amazing on the GLC. This one is the 200, so 163 horsepower from 1.5 liter petrol engine. There is no diesel and no plug-in hybrid, only 1.5 liter in different power outputs. So there is 180, 200, which is this one, and then 220, and then you have 4MATIC options as well. And honestly, I would probably go for this 180 or maybe 200, because essentially this overall feeling of this vehicle is that this is a comfort first oriented vehicle and not necessarily performance oriented. The electric 350 actually is much more sporty than this one, and even 250 plus. The whole chassis and the fact that the center of the gravity is lower with the EV makes the EV version of this GLB much more sporty than this combustion version. So this one is more like go from A to B, like a transport vehicle, but not much of performance in this regard. Also, here we have new pop-up door handles. Check this out. Also new indicators, and also we have new mirrors, which are for the assistance systems, and hardware for the more advanced assistance systems, which is not yet available, but it will be in the future. So the hardware is already there, and then you only get the software update. So these are the tires, AMG line, so you can see the embossed AMG logo, and these are 235 45 R20. And I believe it's the same size in the back, 235 45 R20, yes. But on the electric one, which is the rear-wheel drive based GLB, we have wider at the back for better traction. This is a front wheel drive based vehicle, even if you have 4MATIC. So right now the electric one is more, we can say, grown-up vehicle with the rear-wheel drive platform. and yeah, that's something to just consider if you have a charging capabilities. And overall, if it's electric something what you want, then overall you can get more performance oriented vehicle than here with this combustion version or full hybrid, we can say. Let's go ahead and check out how this GLB 200 actually drives. I'm really interested to see what kind of driving capabilities can we actually get from the GLB 200. GLB 200 is very interesting one because it is a sweet spot between the essentially 180 and 220. So you get this middle ground in terms of the performance, but it's not a slow car, it's not a super fast car, and yeah, it's a really interesting option. This always is middle one is interesting for many vehicles. So this extends the pace which you can do with engine turned off. So that is really what the whole point of this vehicle is about, that you can drive longer with engine turned off. But also if you accelerate, you get this little bit sporty sound. Also we have sound experience, so in intense, if I accelerate now, it almost sounds like a 6-cylinder, which is pretty crazy. And the fact that this can coast so long will actually give you much better consumption. And with this one, it's highly recommend to let this coast, and yeah, it's really smooth, the change between engine turned off and on. So it's, I would even say, not noticeable, maybe a little bit, but not much. But honestly speaking, it's, if I would have music here on, I would barely notice the engine turn it on or off, or maybe I wouldn't even notice. So yeah, really interesting option here with this full hybrid. And honestly, this can sail very nicely, and for a long time we are still sailing. In not electric, in eco mode, this actually is predicting what kind of roadworks and yeah, road structure, obstacles that we have, speed changes, and it will actually change the speed based on that. Can you hear? It's actually fascinating, the implementation of this sound experience, because it sounds quite natural. Yeah, in person it sounds pretty good, powerful. So on the highway I tried actually low consumption test, and at 95 kilometers per hour constant speed as much as possible, I actually averaged 4.9 liters per 100 kilometers, which honestly I think is a fantastic result for this large GLB, which almost is a mid-size vehicle, and it was 27 kilometers distance, and it took me 17 minutes. So now we are coasting, going off from the highway. So I'm really pleased with this test. Now 4.8, because we are now sailing, and average from reset is 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers. So certainly a test which really surprised me to which kind of levels this is capable going, this vehicle, and definitely a really surprising result. Now 4.7 liters, and this vehicle on the highway, really smooth experience, calming the sound. This one is actually not the Burmester, but still is pretty good. Of course, if you hear the Burmester, it's better, but for this being this mid-size sound system, it's very nice. So from the back we have also the star-shaped lights, beautiful animation here as well, and GLB 200 on the left side. Let's try if we can get animation here. Yes, so really cool. And also the lights here, star-shaped, GLB 200. Let's go ahead and check out the boot. So here we have 540 liters of boot capacity, which is pretty solid for this compact level Mercedes. And also have second boot floor here. Check this out. So additional storage space, and you can lower actually this boot floor, and then you can have much more space here as well. So really practical for being a compact Mercedes. Also we have tow bar for bikes, cargo, and this sort of stuff, so you can extend it, of course, then can retract and put it away like this. And of course the boot is electric. So here in this Magno Black, it does look really stunning, and yeah, really great shoulder lines and overall proportions. This in my books is a great looking car, but let me know what do you think. So once again we have 1.5 liter and 8-speed DCT transmission, 163 horsepower, and yeah, you can pick 180, 200 and 220 depending how much power you actually want. So let me know which power would you go for. I think this is pretty enough. 8.7 seconds quoted acceleration time. This car is not yet fully run it in. It's a brand new test car, so I cannot test the dynamics, but it should be around the same time, maybe even faster, like usually when I test other Mercedes or AMGs, they are faster than quoted times. But essentially if you go for the higher output, you get a little bit better acceleration, but still the electric one is the fastest, the 350 4MATIC. So let me know what do you think about that. So this is how the interior is looking in this specific configuration. And here I just want to show you the water bottle, which can fit here. This is 1.5 liter here in Europe, and you get this beautiful, this is actually the faux leather or Artico with Nappa like look. So really nice white, crystal white and black configuration. Also this gray stitching, and this is trim, which is actually like a paper, this sort of paper design, very interesting material. And these are the seats, so two-tone design, also full glass sunroof. So this is the sunroof, which is full glass right now, and two-tone seat option. So this is a black and crystal white. Also we have the microfiber in the middle. The bolsters are very good for this being a non-AMG, and also I really love the floor mats, which have this white like surrounding on the side, really nice looking, and white AMG logo. So this is great, yellow stitching, and yeah, build quality is really great. Nothing is squeaking, really solid build quality. In the middle we have the new design with this super screen, and you can opt if you have passenger screen or not, so that really depends what you are after. So this is how it is looking. You can change the themes, certainly, so you can change themes, ambient styles, so you can have different ones like the Mercedes one, or cosmic glow, calm depths, blue design, asphalt truck, polar night, high surf, and passenger screen as well, mystical coast, colorful clouds, and northern lights. Also, we have new physical buttons are back for cruise control and for the volume, the roller. So here is this paper-like design on the trim. Maybe it's not something what everyone will go for, but certainly an interesting material. It feels like this more rugged paper design. Very, very interesting for sure, and nicely complements this white central armrest design. We have additional storage space for smaller coins, and then we have deeper, much deeper space here. Two cup holders which are adjustable, wireless charger for phone. There is pass-through also for the cable, and here we have space actually for the cable, and two USB-C ports which are illuminated, so in blue. And yeah, this is the look. Also, in terms of the driver screen, you can change to like assistant systems and to like a navigation. So very, very interesting once again. Let's go ahead and check out the rear section. So looks absolutely stunning in my opinion. This white and black combination really elevates the look of the interior. Like this looks much more expensive than it actually can be looking in like a black. So to me this is definitely a win-win. Solid sound of the rear doors. Yeah, one hook, another one, reading light, grab handle, and so each side has grab handle. And let's turn on the infotainment system. So this is how it is looking from the rear. Let me know what do you think. And in terms of the rear room, I can actually fully tuck my feet under the front seat. We have some cargo net, and the level of space is actually crazy. So here we have this rear bench which you can actually move forward, and now I have much more space in the back, in the boot, but in terms of the knee is just fine for me, but for other people which would be tall, this would be not enough. But you can move right now. Check this out. Now I have so much space. It's like in the GLC, I would say. Two USB-C ports, air vents here, and you can fold out the middle armrest. So much practicality, cup holders, and space for smartphone or tablet. And yeah, this level of spaciousness which you get with this is really crazy. So headroom, lots of it, full sky, sunroof, and yeah, it was absolutely stunning. Also we have the, of course, ISOFIX for the child seat. As a compact level Mercedes, what you get with the GLB is really a lot. It's very similar to the GLC actually in terms of the rear, maybe even better, you know, but it feels so spacious. It's crazy. So definitely on the same level as GLC, or maybe even better one, but yeah, very close once again to the mid-size segment. So this GLB is a really great deal in my opinion, and I highly recommend this for many people which want to consider it actually. And you gain a lot in terms of the space versus something like a CLA. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this in the comment section down below. Also a lot of space here, and yeah, in terms of the sun, actually this is shining significantly on my face, so maybe I would personally consider putting a wrap which is tinted, so tint the sunroof with like one layer of additional tint. Otherwise, yeah, really great in my opinion, and the visibility of the sky is absolutely fantastic.